It's time for To the Max Sports, where we talk about sports. They're just two guys, Max and Drew, in a bar talking all things sports. Well, without the bar. And the beer. Wait, why aren't we in the bar?
Howdy, folks. Welcome to You Know What Time It Is, To the Max Sports. How y'all doing today?
Good morning.
I've had better weekends.
Good afternoon, actually.
Well, we live in San Antonio, so we're finally getting some really, really nice San Diego-style weather.
The weather's good. My 49ers offense, not so much.
Not so much. You know, speaking of San Diego, did any of you guys watch the game yesterday, San Diego-Philly game?
I watched about 4 innings.
You know, it kind of excited me just panning around and seeing that full stadium. It made me, and the fans and the excitement, and I'm like, you know what? It reminds me of baseball, national pastime. Baseball's back, baby.
Really?
I thought it was cool. I mean, it reminded me of the good old days.
Playoff baseball is back.
Playoff baseball is back.
The season is still too long.
But I do have a get off my lawn.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Clint, go ahead.
Get off my lawn, punk. You know, they've got to do something about the wild card. I'm okay with the wild card, the way that's set up, but to punish the Dodgers, and don't tell me, you know, they had their chance, but they manhandled San Diego in the regular season. Thumped them, outscored them 2-1. I think they had 104 runs to San Diego's 56. And then you're going to drop it down to a 5-game series in the second round. Make it 7 games. I mean, at this point, make it 7 games.
Do you want the NBA playoffs? I mean, the NBA playoffs is best of 7, best of 7, best of 7. It's like it's the glacier going into the ocean.
I'm not happy with it, but the way they have it set up now, to have a team that won 110 games and is out of it because they didn't win essentially a 5-game playoff, it's, and I'm not a Dodger fan. I hate the Dodgers. I grew up a Reds fan, so.
I mean, the one thing I think a lot of people are missing, Padres stack up to the Dodgers talent-wise.
They do.
They do. And I think people are missing that. Yeah, the Dodgers won 111 games. How many did the Mariners win years ago and didn't make the World Series? This is the way the ball bounces.
I like the new format. I mean, it's given because you don't want to put it in a situation where it's like college football. The top 2 or 3 are going to win it every year. At least give somebody a chance to play. And the Dodgers did what they did with like the Patriots when they went undefeated and then they got beat by the Giants. Dodgers.
But to me, to an extent, it's watering down like the NBA, the regular season, which...
Cut it short.
You know, I'm okay with, how about this? How about like they do now, the wild card format, 7 and 7, and then run more double headers during the regular season so you can still compress the schedule or not till Thanksgiving before baseball ends.
No, I mean, why is 162 games so sacrosanct?
I'm not saying that it's not.
Let's reduce it to 154. Let's reduce it to 142.
But then you are getting into money.
That's the only problem. You need to figure out a way to expand the playoffs, expand the pool to the playoffs, and do some rev share back to the teams that suck so bad they're never going to make the playoffs.
How about more double?
I'm looking at you, Oakland A's.
But how about doing more double headers during the regular season?
I'm okay with that.
And maybe the second game of a doubleheader goes 7 innings. Something.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I do feel bad. I mean, not just the Dodgers, but look at the Atlanta Braves. And then who was the third team that came in first in the division, got beat?
So who's been over 100 games that's out of it? The Mets?
The Mets.
The Dodgers.
The Braves.
And the Braves. And they all won. But the thing is, again, part of winning in the playoffs is what? Put on your big boy pants, and let's win these games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess the main thing was I'd say go 7 in the second round. But
well, go Astros. Beat the Yankees.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm back and forth on that one.
I'm almost kind of Astros now, just so they can validate that you can win 100 games and during the regular season and then capture the championship. Although we have the pod when we came back in May or June. I have the Phillies, which I didn't even think they'd make the playoffs.
Dude, they are on
And then all of a
fire.
sudden they sneak in the back door and they have a chance to win the World Series.
Well, they were 8 games below 500 when they fired Girardi. And then they won 8 games in a row for Thompson when he came in.
And they rewarded him with a new
Yeah.
contract.
Good for them. Good for the Phillies.
Yeah.
No, I think the National League is a good story. I mean, it's a little boring. I mean, the Astros-Yankees for me is boring. It's like, okay, we've seen the Astros-Yankees. We've seen this game. You know, new verse, same as the first. It's okay.
To your point, the Phillies, San Diego, that's an exciting one.
It is.
Those
It is if you're a baseball
You're
guy.
a purist.
Yeah.
Those games, those two teams are almost like identical. Just trade out Schwarber.
I like
for
watching-
Soto,
Well,
trade out-
I mean,
I like them.
it's like the really good players the Washington Nationals didn't want.
Yeah.
That's the championship series.
Yeah.
The thing I like about San Diego, in case people don't know it, we're from San Antonio, and I go quite a bit. We have the San Diego single A now affiliate. So a lot of these kids that I'm watching, I call them kids now, but they're like 27, 28. Cronenworth, Will Smith. I watched those guys play
Tatis Jr.
at Nelson Stadium 7-8 years ago.
Very cool.
Very good.
And Will Meyer actually signed a ball for my daughter. I won't tell you what I did with the ball. Actually, I will. You guys want to hear a story?
Sure, go ahead.
What did you,
I think.
Could you sell this?
So, Will Meyer, I didn't sell your ball, but I used to live in an apartment, and right beside me was this house across the fence with a freaking barking dog that barked 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
You couldn't have thrown a piece of meat. You had to throw a ball that was signed.
The meat probably would have been poisoned. No,
Why did you think the ball was going to shut the dog up?
when the ball hit the house, it woke up the family. The lights came on and the dog went inside.
Oh,
Because I heaved that ball as hard as and it was a long throw. It's probably about 35 feet.
Okay, statute of limitations has passed on the property
passed.
damage charge.
yes.
I don't think I did property damage because they had a tin roof. So when that ball nailed the roof, it just and the dog went inside.
Okay.
Man, that dog was annoying. That was the kindest thing I could have done to that dog and the family. So Will Meyer, your baseball is your signed baseball is floating around somewhere.
Kind of like the Babe Ruth signed ball from the animal from Sandlot.
Sandlot, yeah. You're killing me, Smalls.
Before we get onto this, I'm always bringing Bob gifts. So this is freshly washed. I did find it at my storage. I'd like to present Max with his own.
Oh man, that's awesome! Look at that.
It's a cool one.
Yeah, Baylor Bears,
Baylor
and
Bears.
it's the one with the bear claw, the second. Oh yeah, I like that.
So that's yours.
Very much
brother.
appreciated. Thank you, sir.
No worries.
Look at that. I'll probably be wearing that next time we're here. So thank you. Appreciate
Welcome.
that.
So who do we like in the World Series, kids? There you
The
go.
two teams, Philly and the Astros, and I have the Astros winning.
Okay. So it'd be kind of cool. I hate to go against San Diego since we have the affiliate here, but since I did take the Phillies, I'm going to go Phillies, but go Padres. Phillies, Astros. I'm riding the Phillies all the way just because Mattress Mac has $5 million.
I know. Did
He's
you
a
see
Houston
that?
furniture guy.
Yes.
He put $5 million. He has a habit of betting real big, and he's got $5 million in the Astros.
Well, good for him. I'm going to go with the team with the most nationals on it. I'm going to go with the Padres. Ride the Padres all the way to the end.
Why not, man?
And who do you have in the American?
Oh, I really don't care.
But he doesn't like the Yankees. Oh,
As I can
man.
tell you, New York or Philly, it's going to be freaking cold,
Yes.
no matter who it is.
That's another reason for wanting the San Diego Padres to be there.
Yeah.
So I guess the warm series would be the Astros and the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
So our college football, no surprises that I saw, other than the Tennessee. Well, But
Oh, that was a surprise.
we knew Alabama was a falling stock. You know, as I watched my stocks fall, it just seemed like they were the Tesla of the college football, where they were a little overrated, and the premiums came in, and their stock's not as high.
They made a lot of mistakes that game. They got the bad side of a bunch of calls. Not that the calls were bad; they just had a lot of calls, and yeah, it happens. Could we possibly see 3 SEC teams in the college football playoffs? Could we?
Yeah.
What if Alabama wins out?
Well, Alabama, not just Alabama, but you have Tennessee playing Georgia, and the winner of that game, let's say it's Georgia. Georgia plays Alabama, and Tennessee's looking kind of like, well, all we did is beat Alabama, and we lost one game, and we're out.
So how do the divisions stack up in the SEC? Is Tennessee's in Alabama's division?
Tennessee's in Georgia's division, I believe. That's why they have to play each other this coming up.
So Tennessee beats Georgia, gives Georgia a one loss. Tennessee advances to the SEC finals, plays Alabama. Alabama beats them again.
Yes.
Or beats them. They all have one loss.
But then they'll take probably Georgia and Alabama before. I mean, that's...
Well, there'll be at least one Big Ten team, because whoever wins Ohio State and Michigan's basically sealing the deal to be in the top 4.
So you have Michigan, if they were to win out, okay.
Or Ohio State.
Okay. And Georgia. But then if Tennessee just wins out, and I mean, somebody's going to get left out again.
It'll be interesting, but I don't think Tennessee can beat Georgia. If they did, that would be very impressive. But they gave up a lot of points.
They did.
So did Alabama.
Georgia's looking good. Georgia's looking really good.
Yeah, again. And they got that veteran quarterback still.
I like Georgia, and I like Michigan, and I think it's going to be Ohio State after that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Michigan scares me. That's coming up the Saturday before Thanksgiving, I believe.
My God. Top 10. Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss. 4 SECs.
Ole Miss has gotten in there.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA is going to disappoint at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So is Oregon.
Yeah. And then don't forget Clemson.
Clemson's sitting there at 5.
Where's Oklahoma State is one of the...
11, according to the AP Top 25.
Does Max have any Big 12 teams in at all?
Oh, TCU's up there.
TCU's 8.
Yeah, they're undefeated. And you know what? I'm glad that Drew, you brought that up. Now, TCU, when you look at TCU, look at their schedule. And when you look at their schedule, they might, they have Baylor and Texas. They win they win those games, and that's it. They're done. I mean, and then they play in the Big 12 championship. They win that. They're undefeated. How do you leave them out?
You do. There's no way. You'd have to have a lot of teams below them lose for them to slide.
And they're sliding because they didn't start off in the top 25?
Well, who would have
Tennessee.
thought they'd even be legitimately? I mean, at the beginning of the season, you can't.
Yeah, it's not that.
Here we go again.
I mean, I know you're a Big 12 homer.
No, I'm just saying. Look at Tennessee. Who thought Tennessee was going to be this good? I did. But, I mean...
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, is it all that much of a great schedule going out? Kansas State, 17 right now, coming up.
Strength of schedule.
West Virginia, Texas Tech, then Texas, then Baylor. Sorry, Max. And then Iowa State. It's, you win out. What does that look like?
Well, Bill Parcells said it. Remember his quote, "You are what your record says you are." So they're undefeated. So that means that they should get a shot.
And you can only play who's put in front of you.
Exactly. And I'm always going to fight for that. I mean, you guys know that. I'm always going to fight for that.
If the Big 12 would schedule maybe a SEC game, that would certainly help. Or a Big 10 game.
Well, in 2 years, right? Texas and Oklahoma. Well, they'll start
on.
Yeah, they'll start moving and playing those games. So
see what that's like.
Oh, I can't wait for Oklahoma to join. I hope they get beat every week.
Yep, them, Vanderbilt, Kentucky.
Yes,
it's going to be ugly.
It is.
They should move Oklahoma to the SEC and maybe bring Missouri back, not to the Big 10, but to
Big 12.
Big 12.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. So, but it's still fun to watch.
NFL football.
How'd we do last week?
Well, you did better than us.
So I was 2-1.
Because of a mistake you made.
Yes, Bob was 2-1. Drew was 2-1. And I was 1-2.
I probably still would have picked the Commanders knowing that they were on the road. Because the Bears are horrible.
Yes.
And,
There's in the NFL, there's a lot of teams that are bad.
Wasn't this weekend like a bizarro weekend? The Packers lost to the Jets.
The Jets. That running back's pretty good.
The Giants beat the Ravens.
Giants are 5-1.
Yeah.
but their quarterback sucks.
The Giants?
I watched that game. He's terrible.
Dude, I like him.
He's terrible with that.
But
I watched
don't
that
think
game.
he's that bad.
He's going to get exposed at some point in the season.
I'd rather have him than Russell Wilson.
His stat line is terrible.
I'd rather have him. I heard one analyst talk about this. You've spent $250 million to get Russell and a couple draft picks. Wouldn't you have rather just given like a conditional 5th round and gotten Baker Mayfield?
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I mean, really, when you look at it.
What was Jones' stat line? It was terrible.
You're asking me to look up and do research in the moment.
Or as Trump would say, horrible.
I have a question. You're talking about Jones, right? So for the New York Giants. So when you look at it, he's 5-1. But remember Eli's days when he was there with the Giants. He wasn't an elite quarterback. Eli was always those ones, even when you took him in fantasy, the later rounds, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, and you would only use him on a bye week. And
he had a great defense and an amazing supporting cast.
Hey, Daniel Jones against the Ravens, 19 for 27 for 173, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's
safe.
That's serviceable in the NFL.
You want that. Trust me.
So, but I'll go out on a limb right now and say that the Giants end up no better than 500 this year.
They're 5-1.
They're 5-1.
Okay, this weekend they got the Jaguars, Seahawks, Texans, Lions. That's the next 4 games.
Well, that's 3-1.
3-1 probably.
3-1, yeah.
And then they play the Cowboys, and that'll be a nice matchup of the second tier of the NFC East.
Yeah.
And then they have the Commanders. And then they play the Eagles. They still have to play the Eagles twice this season.
Okay, so that's 2.
And the Vikings.
5.
Looking forward on the schedule.
That's 5 losses, but I also counted 5 wins.
Yeah, that's a serviceable season. That's a wild card team.
Really? You're gonna stick to that?
For a pizza?
What,
I'm gonna write this down.
What am I betting?
That Giants end up 500 for the year.
Oh no. Nope. They'll win 9.
Okay. For pizza?
Okay.
I'm writing this down. Pizza, large, correct?
Large with pepperoni.
With pep. Okay.
Anchovies on Bob's side.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get into that. Okay, Bob. Bob, you and I.
Anchovies?
No, the pizza part. So Bob and I are going to buy Drew a pizza if the Giants go 500. But if they don't, meaning...
We'll all share an extra large pizza downstairs.
Okay, but if the Giants go...
9 wins.
9 wins or better.
You only got to win 4 more games.
But then you got to buy us a pizza.
Yeah.
I'll buy a large pizza for all of us.
There we go.
Sharing is caring.
Okay, across the street.
Looking at the Cowboys.
So they avoided controversy by losing. It gave a reason now to put Dak in because had the young gun won that game, it would have been a lot harder to start Dak, don't you think?
It would have been a lot harder in Cowboys fans' heads. In the Cowboys coaching staff, I'm sorry, there's no controversy. Performance and ability notwithstanding, how much have you paid Dak? How much are you paying Cooper?
What do you think, Max?
Oh, you said it when you were talking about controversy earlier. Kind of exposure with Cooper. 3 interceptions, and one of those was very much like, oh my God, kind of going back to who I thought we thought he was. So now Dak's coming back this week. So
it's perfect timing. Had he thrown 3 TDs and led him to a victory, we would have a quarterback controversy.
Especially in the first half. Did you guys notice that first half? I don't know where their mind was or what he was thinking, but one thing he did answer is we do have a backup now. We have a backup quarterback, and that's good.
Solid,
Yeah. I mean,
backup.
Cooper is serviceable. You're not going to win. I've said it before. You're not going to win the game with him. And the Cowboys were looking good in the second half until you discount it with the fact that the Eagles lost some players going to that second half. Because
the first half he dominated. He really did. Parsons wasn't able to do anything, and then as soon as that lineman was injured with a concussion, and they pulled him out of the game and did not return, that's when the defense got got to turn it up.
And it was very much like a martial arts Tai Chi move for the Eagles on their offensive scheme. Micah, you want to come in? Here you go. We're just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, they did. But it was a better half. I mean, the second half was actually a pretty decent game.
Yeah, and the Cowboys had a decent running attack. I'm trying to pull up their box score. Ezekiel Elliott ran for 81. Pollard ran for 44.
I'll tell you, the last couple of weeks, I like the fact that they're going out and establishing the run now and not relying so much on the pass. And now you've got this two tandem, and I like the way that Pollard can offset Ezekiel and vice versa. And for the last couple of weeks, you're getting between the two of them, 120, 130 yards. If you can get that out of any NFL running back, combined or otherwise, every game, and take that pressure off a quarterback who doesn't have to throw 35, 40 times a game, you're going to be with a solid defense.
But you're assuming that Kellen Moore is going to continue this type of play calling. I don't think he is.
You think he changes it up with
I think they're going to change it up with Dak. That we have a better, more athletic quarterback. We can do a little bit more with him. We can target more downfield and get more explosive plays. And I think it's going to come back and bite them in the butt.
Who do they play this week?
The Lions.
So I think that they, to kind of ease him back, I don't think they go too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Lions, Bears, and then they go on the road to Lambeau, which doesn't look like it's all that much of a hard trip these days.
Just do the same thing the Jets did.
The thing you never know about the Cowboys, and we're giving them way too much airtime, is they have a nasty habit of playing down to the competition. So I could see them laying an egg against Detroit.
I don't know.
Laying an egg against,
They beat up on the Commanders 25-10, and that's playing down to your competition.
That's true.
They beat the Rams 22-10.
That's true. Their defenses.
The Lions' offense is not as strong as Philadelphia, so the defense is going to get to golf.
And they lost to Philly, but that defense, when you can hold that potent offense to essentially, second half, 7 points, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is going to keep them in games.
Yeah, amazing stat. Eagles haven't trailed in the second half in a game all season.
I believe it.
It's pretty good.
Now
they're legit.
That's the real legit team. The Giants, the Cowboys maybe, but the Eagles seem legit. I guess Jalen Hurts has answered a lot of questions, hasn't he?
Yeah. Was that the right decision to move to Jalen Hurts?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. So just continuing the rest of the season, it's going to be pretty fun. So I'm excited to watch the rest of the season.
Yep.
And then we got my not so far out on the limb team, because I like to go out on the limb. I really do. But my Bills, my preseason pick to win it all, and Vegas's preseason pick, obviously.
Yeah, you and everybody's pick.
But they're solid.
If
the only spread they didn't cover was the one time I bet them.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Right now I don't think they've been touched by any injuries yet. So we'll see if the injury bug gets them, or do they run this whole season injury free?
Run the gamut. They're solid.
One hit like Tua took for Josh Allen, and what does that team look like? I don't even know who their backup is.
Who's Miami's?
No, Buffalo. Tyrod. No.
He's moved on.
Buffalo's is.
Who's Tyrod with? Isn't he with the Commanders? Somebody.
Oh, Case Keenum. Case Keenum is the backup.
Solid veteran.
For Buffalo?
Yeah, for Buffalo.
You look at his numbers. That guy's been around forever. He's a solid backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of Houston, right? College.
Something like that. Yeah. And Tyrod is with the Giants right now.
That's right.
Well, they had the NFL owners meeting, and there was one dissenting voice on Should Goodell stay around and get his bonuses and all that?
I don't understand why Jerry Jones has so much of a grudge against Goodell, because Goodell makes Jerry Jones money. Lots and lots of money. Jerry Jones should be more pissed off at the owner that he's been shielding from all controversy, Dan Snyder, than he should be at Goodell.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird dynamic, but they obviously there's some bad blood there.
Well, Jerry doesn't
Between
like the
Kraft,
fact
too.
that, I mean, he goes back to that Zeke again.
Yeah.
He's still
Talk about
hurt
that.
by that. Yeah, that
Tell the story.
well, I mean, when Zeke had that issue with a young lady, and the shirt was pulled down, and Jerry was under the impression that Zeke was either going to get reprimanded by maybe a game or two, or just kind of, hey, we're probably not going to suspend you. And then it comes out, Goodell says, hey, we're going to give this guy 4 games. That didn't sit well, because he was told, given the impression of one thing, and then something else happened as far as the decision. And he was upset to the point where he went after Goodell. Remember that, when he was talking about suing him? So, and then Roger Goodell got pissed off. I mean, they kept going back at each other. So Jerry hadn't forgotten. He hadn't forgotten. So, and then this past week, what you were talking about, him and Robert Kraft got into it, where Jerry Jones used the F word and said, "Don't F with me." So
what was that all about?
well, the whole money thing about Goodell, he doesn't want to pay him.
Don't you love billionaires fighting billionaires?
Yeah.
I want a cage match. Jerry Jones and Rob Kraft in
Robert
a cage.
Kraft. But you know what? They should do a tag team. So on Jerry's end, he should have Dan Snyder to tag in, right? But on the other side, I think Robert Kraft should have who as another owner to come in and help him.
I don't know, but I have a different idea.
Okay.
Jerry Jones gets to bring in his baby mama, and Rob Kraft gets to bring his massage therapist from Florida.
Maybe that's what they should do.
They could be the announcers or the promoters or something.
Oh my! Billionaires fighting billionaires.
Oh, who's the owner of the Colts?
Jim Irsay.
Was not supposed to say anything. And what did he do? He comes out and says, yeah, that's something we need to look into as far as Dan Snyder.
So in the hood where in the hood where I come from, we call this white people problem.
Well, what I wonder was the Jim Irsay comments planned? Because Jim Irsay, if you take Dan Snyder out of the equation, Jim Irsay may be the next owner which you would like to go out and go, yeah, you got some problems. You have some skeletons in your closet.
Yes.
So if the other bad boy says this bad boy is so bad we should get rid of him, is that a trial balloon for the NFL owners to go, we'll see if we have enough support out there?
I think before this is said and done, Dan Snyder's going to drop a bomb, and this thing's going to fester where you have a couple of owners that are going to get in trouble. Not lose their team, but yeah, something's going to happen.
Dan Snyder is gone before the Super Bowl. That's my stake in the ground.
In the next 5 years, you're going to see a lot of turnover of the old, rich, white owners.
They'll turn over to the middle-aged white owners.
Yes.
Their sons and daughters.
Oh, you'll see some LeBrons in there. You're going to see some Kanye West types. And
Not in football.
I think that's more NBA and
I
baseball.
think it'll change.
Okay. Yeah, in baseball, I think there's like 3 or 4 teams on the block right now.
Well, the NFL's made a huge investment in this equity stuff, which, that's another subject, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So turn our attention to games this week.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we have tonight.
Let's-
A public service announcement to everyone who's an NFL fan. If you need a weekend to go on a good church retreat, go spend some time at the lake, take care of your fishing
canal.
duties in the fall, root canal,
Your own
spend
personal
time
root
with the
canal.
family, go and do it. This is the weekend to do it.
But you said that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, this weekend's worse. This weekend's worse.
Is college football bad too?
No, college football. We got some pretty good games this weekend in
Maybe we can
college.
run by those. Well, let's do the NFL. So as it currently stands, we bet against the spread. You're still making money with me, but probably breaking with the Jews. I'm 10-8.
I'm 10-8 as well, apparently.
And I'm 4-4.
You're 10-8. That can't be.
He's 10-8.
That's what Max said.
Okay,
I'll believe Max.
I'll believe Max. Hey,
I'm writing it down.
thank you, brother. All right, yeah. So you're still making money with us.
So this week, tonight, we have the Saints going on the road to Arizona. The Cardinals are 2.5-point favorites at home.
That one,
I so much don't care.
so, just because I have Taysom Hill, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with the Saints.
It's so bad that he's taken the most players he has on fantasy football.
That's how bad this one is. Yes.
Well, the serviceable Andy Dalton is pretty bad. That's a joke saying serviceable, but would you call him the Gingy?
Yeah, the ginger sensation.
The ginger. Tyler Murray's athleticism will carry the day. Cardinals win this 27-20.
Yeah, give me the home team. They're sleeping in their own bed.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Other than that, I don't care.
Maybe a lot of fleas in the bed, but at least they're sleeping in their own bed.
An interesting game because we get Tua back. Our Sunday night game is the Dolphins hosting the Steelers. Dolphins are 7-point favorites against the hapless Pittsburgh Steelers.
Boy, the Kenny Pickett experiment didn't last too long, did it?
I love NFL fans that get so much behind their new young quarterback to replace the old veteran, and then they just get dashed. There's a reason why you don't play your rookie quarterback,
Especially on the road to start him out. Where's that game at?
in Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Oh God. 3-2 Pittsburgh.
So you're taking Pittsburgh?
Are we talking? Oh, it's not a baseball game.
No, it. I don't think it's going to be a baseball game. Pittsburgh's going to score a couple runs, but I don't think Miami.
I'm going to say 6-3 Pittsburgh.
So you're taking Pittsburgh in the points. Max, do you want to pick before me? Because I know exactly where I'm
what's
going.
the over-under on that?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. It's the Dolphins -7. I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
I might jump on that under like a hobo on a ham sandwich.
I don't know. I don't have the over-under up on this.
I'm going to say it's
up on this
probably
site.
42. Yeah, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh on the road.
Okay, and Max has the Dolphins laying the points.
What's the points again?
7.
Yeah,
I'm going to lay the points. Steelers are hapless. They're not going to put in many points up on the board. Tua's back. He's looking for something to prove. They're going to air it out and show that Tua is fully back. This is going to be 28-10, 35-16. This is going to be bad.
It's going to be bad, those scoring. So we disagree on that one. And
then Monday night, oh my God, the Bears are on the road to New England playing in Foxborough.
Didn't the NFL have some kind of a way that they're allowed to change these games?
Only on Sunday night.
Oh.
They need to change
What I don't understand is why they haven't flexed for that game. I mean, you have the Kansas City Chiefs on the road to the 49ers, which may be a good game.
Prime TV has to be saying, how much do we pay for the rights on Thursday night?
Oh, man.
And they're just getting crap.
So Monday night, Bears on the road to the Patriots. Patriots are 8-point favorites at Foxborough.
That's too much, even by Bear standard.
You think?
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback for the Patriots? Is that
Zappy from Western Kentucky.
So Zappy.
I watched him play. He's not bad. I watched him play at the Alamo Dome against UTSA.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah, generally, one of my rules about college quarterbacks, if they're from a state school with a direction in the name, they might be pretty good in the NFL.
No, I was wrong. Is it Frank Zappa, the singer?
Frank Zappa is the singer, yeah.
Okay. Since I love Frank Zappa.
And Moon Zappa, I think, was one of his kids.
Okay. So Moon Zappa is quarterback now. Now, I think as hapless as the Bears are, I'll take the 8. Give me the Bears.
Wow, okay.
Oh, no. I'm taking the Patriots and laying the points. The Bears are hapless as well. They can't do anything. They lost to the Commanders.
Again, that could be another baseball game. The Cubs versus the Patriots, 6-3 or something. That's going to be a low-scoring, horrible game.
Max, what do you think?
I'm going with the Patriots.
Hey,
Yep.
Yeah. That's Patriots. Yeah.
Patriots giving the points. All right,
Yep.
you got the points spread down?
Mhm.
All right.
All right. And then college, you guys want to talk about a couple games in
Yeah,
college?
we can do one or two.
All right. The ones that I found, well, there's actually some pretty good games, but I like the UCLA undefeated 6-0 going to Eugene, Oregon,
Mhm.
play the Oregon Ducks, who are 5-1. And I think Oregon's only lost is Georgia. Is that correct? I think
Yeah.
so. Yep. So
That was a
Yep.
that was a spanking, not a loss.
Yes, but they're still 5-1, and they're playing
Yeah.
UCLA, so who's undefeated. That's going to be a good game.
What's the line on that?
-6.
I don't know enough to give an educated bet, but I'm going to take the Bruins.
Bruins.
I'm going to take the points.
No, Oregon's at home. I would take the home team in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oregon.
Yeah, give us one more.
Yeah.
Well, you have another game of undefeateds. You have Syracuse on the road to Clemson. Syracuse sneaky good this
They're
year.
sneaky good, yeah. Yeah.
And that should be a test for Clemson. I don't have the lineup on that game.
It's 13.5 Clemson.
Oh,
That's a
Dabo's
lot.
swinging
give
for
me
losers
Syracuse and the points in that one.
Yeah, right. Me too.
I'll give the points and take Clemson in that.
I almost dated a flautist from Syracuse.
Really?
Well, tell us the story.
No, I almost dated a flautist from Syracuse. That's the entire story.
Yeah. So, Drew, you're going to go with Clemson?
Yeah.
Oh man, Bob and I are going to take Syracuse. Well, okay.
And then here in South Texas, we have Texas on the road to Oklahoma State. They beat up on the big dog school. Now they go play Oklahoma State.
Yep, and I think the mullet with Oklahoma State might take this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust Texas. I'm going to take Oklahoma State
Yeah.
at home.
What's the line on that one, Max?
On that one, what did I? Oh, did I cover that one up? Oh, the line is, wow,
10.
Texas -6.5.
Texas is favored in that game on the road.
Is that correct, Drew? So it's Oklahoma State. They're playing in Stillwater, and it has Texas -6.5.
Texas minus 6.5.
You know what? I would jump. Yeah, you know what? I'll take Oklahoma
You know what,
State with that.
Well, you'll take Texas.
Well, yeah, no,
you're Oklahoma State's.
yeah. If you're
getting
going to
six
if
and a
you're going to
half.
give me 6.5, I'll take the 6.5.
The thing that scares me is that running back for Texas is, man, the guy's good if they unleash him.
B.J. Robinson, but that's the thing. I mean,
It almost makes
wow.
me think it's a sucker bet. Flip it. I'm taking Texas. Given the points. I think it's a Vegas sucker line.
Wow.
Bait us in.
I'm taking the points with Oklahoma State.
I'll take Texas.
Wow.
Okay.
Let's go Bevo. All right. Want to do a little trivia to wrap it up,
You
kids?
can do a little bit of trivia.
You're playing along at home. You can play online here. We ask each other trivia questions. It's the sudden death trivia now, so it doesn't go on forever. You can pick any subject you want. Bob, you can start with me. Knock me out early.
Okay. We'll go baseball.
Baseball.
The number 7 batter goes up to the plate,
Alrighty.
fouls off 2 pitches before the umpire is informed by the opposing team's manager that he is batting out of turn. Is the batter out?
Most definitely.
Not. When the umpire is made aware of the error before the batter completes their turn at bat, the offensive team simply replaces him with the proper batter. He assumes the present count.
Shame on me. I should have known it was a trick question. But that's interesting. I never knew that.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, it seems trick to me. If the opposing team is the one that's calling it out, which means the opposing team's manager is an idiot in this question because you wait until he actually does something.
Yeah. Interesting. Max, I'm going to do golf. This is an interesting one that I didn't know.
Okay.
So the legal limit for clubs, in case you didn't know, it's 14 clubs. That's what you're allowed to have. But when a guy's going around the course, he puts a club he finds in his bag and turns it into the pro shop. Does he incur a penalty for this?
Yes.
No, he does not.
He finds a club?
He found a club, I guess because you found it. And he put it in his bag.
Oh, I thought I misunderstood. I thought you said he found an extra club that he didn't count for in the bag.
So he has 14 clubs.
14, okay.
You want me to ask you a different one?
No, that's fine.
Did he? Would it change the answer if he played a shot with that found club?
That would be interesting question.
That is a good question.
I would think it would be.
I think it would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't want to promote littering. So if you see a club, pick it up.
I had a guy call me out for having too many clubs. I should have said I found them one time.
Oh,
ask Jeff that question. That'll be a good one to ask Jeff. He's a big guy.
Is this question for Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Basketball.
Basketball.
Pro basketball.
Pro basketball.
Can a coach call a timeout when his team has the ball?
No. Coach can only call a timeout on a dead ball.
Bob is the big winner. Winning football.
I did not
trivia.
know that.
I had three that I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
That's the first time I've had three that I actually did not know. Well, what we do know, guys, is we're having a lot of fun. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you watch us. It just helps our content. We're having fun. Helps Bob pay the light bills. The lights are still on, right?
Lights
Bob?
are still on.
All right. Anything else, guys?
That's it. Let's watch some NFL and college football, and we might want to take a week off.
Well,
this weekend.
watch college football, then go on your retreat for Sunday
to prepare for the better half or the best week, which will be around November, first 2 weeks of November.
Very true.
Until then, guys, take it to the max and OH.
We out.